Rocky Mountain rendezvous were held from 1825 to 1840. They were lively, joyous places where all were welcome: fur trappers, Indians, trappers' wives and children, as well as traders. It was a time to swap goods and swap stories. There were songs, dancing, shouting, trading, running, jumping, racing, target shooting, tomahawk throwing, and big lies or tall tales were told. Famous fur trappers such as Jed Smith, Jim Bridger, Tom Fitzpatrick, Jim Beckworth, Kit Carson, Bill and Milton Subletti, and several others were frequently there. During the 1840s, Prarie du Chien, Wisconsin became a fur trading mecca. It is located on the Mississippi River 3 miles north of the confluence of the Wisconsin River. And just like the Rocky Mountain Rendezvous, it became a rendezvous point for trappers, Indians, traders, and even some tourists. In 1977, Prarie du Chien started reenactments of rendezvous on St. Ferrio Island, located between Prarie du Chien and Marquette, Iowa. This year, they held their 46th annual rendezvous, which celebrated 350 years ago that the first European settlers came to the area. From about 1989 to 1999, my son Daniel and I sold sports cars and Sheltie puppies at the adjoining flea market. And my wife Ruth and daughter Winona did face paintings. We had not been there the last 24 years, but returned this year. The rendezvous was very small as compared to when we were there, but the iconic singer of the rendezvous, Richard Kaptusa, known as Blackhawk, was still there singing. I recorded him singing 8 songs. I hope you enjoy them as much as I did.
Such a peaceful time. I want to put my life together now, my spirit and my mind. When I don't know of anything that could make me feel so good as a night around the campfire. Oh, I want to smell the burning wood. I keep on telling myself, oh, that I am the lucky one. That my friends around the campfire. Who said a guy can't multitask? Camped upon a hill, and it was just before the night. Canoes pulled up on shore, and we eat by the candlelight. The rain softly falling, and our shelters are warm and dry. And it's the sound of the night birds calling, oh, as I close my tired eye. Ooh, and I don't know of anything how that could make me feel so good as a night around my campfire. Oh, I wanna smell the burning wood, and I keep on just telling myself, yeah, we are the lucky ones, we are the lucky ones to have our friends around the campfire when the evening comes. Wake up in the morning to the sun, a brand new day. And a family of otters, they just swam by to fish and play. Oh, and I will not take for granted what grandfather lets me see. Yes, it's my mother earth, my father sky, and my friends, oh, my friends and my family. Oh, and I don't know of anything, oh, that could make me feel so good as the night around this campfire. Oh, I wanna smell the burning wood, and I keep on just telling myself, oh, that I am the lucky one to have my friends around the campfire. I want my friends around this campfire. Need my friends around my campfire now when the evening comes. And I don't know of anything, oh, that could make me feel so good as the night around our campfire. Oh, we wanna smell the burning wood. I keep upon, just telling myself, yes, that I am the lucky one to have my friends around this campfire when the evening comes. Yes, I want all my friends with me round my campfire when the evening comes.
The second song, titled Heading to Rendezvous, was written by Blackhawk. Panning around, the wind caused some of the sound to be bad.
Ride on through the wind, ride on through the rain. Ride on over them mountains, ride on across the plain. There's been good times, there's been bad, there's been times when you've been had, and now you're headed to rendezvous. Now you're headed to rendezvous. There's been many a time that you thought you lost your head. You fought with that red man, you fought with that bear, and you traded and you stole, you found a little bit of gold, and now you're headed to rendezvous. Now you're headed to rendezvous. The beaver on the back of that old mule called Jack. There's fire in the ivy, Cheyenne lady. There's been bad, it's been better than most you've had, and now you're headed to rendezvous. Oh, now you're headed to rendezvous. So ride on to the wind, oh, ride on to the rain. Yeah, ride on over the mountains, ride on across the plain. There's been good times, there's been bad, there's been times when you've been had. Yeah, now you're headed to rendezvous. And now you're headed to rendezvous. Well, you pull your ponies up and you're standing on the hill. You look down in that valley until you've had your fill. Well, there's men wearing skins and you ain't seen them for a year. You see them next year at the rendezvous. You're gonna see them next year at the rendezvous. As you ride on through camp, well, someone calls your name. There's whiskey and there's women and there's shooting and there's games. Oh, and there's sights and there's sounds, well, you ain't seen it for a year. Yeah, now you made it to rendezvous. Oh, now you made it to rendezvous. So ride on to the wind, oh, ride on to the rain. Ride on over the mountain, ride on across the plain. And there's been good times, there's been bad, been times when you've been had, and now you're headed to rendezvous. Oh, now you made it to the rendezvous. Now you wake up in a week and you're holding your head. You wonder if you're dying or you're already dead. Well, there's trappers leaving camp. You won't see them for a year. Gotta see them next year at the rendezvous. You gotta see them next year at the rendezvous. So ride on to the wind, oh, ride on to the rain. Ride on over the mountain, ride on across the plain. And there's good times, there's been bad, then times when you've been had. And now you're headed to rendezvous. Yeah, now you're headed to rendezvous. And now you're headed to rendezvous. So anyway, we got two cars parked by the Hawk Block. If you are parked by the Hawk Block, for those of you that don't know what a Hawk Block is, it's a round piece of wood that you stick tomahawks in. So that's, if you're parked there, you don't want to be there because tomahawks have a tendency to bounce sometimes. All right.
Should I try Seminole Wind?
Yeah. Seminole Wind.
Well, way back in south in the Everglades, where the black water boils and the saltgrass waves. The eagle flies and the otters play in the land of the Seminole. And I said, blow, blow, Seminole wind, blow like you never gonna blow again. I call to you like a long lost friend, 'cause I know who you are. Wind blow, blow across Okeechobee, all the way up to Micanopy. Blow across the land of the Seminoles, oh, the alligators and the gulls. Now progress came and took its toll, and in the name of flood control, they made a plan and they drained the land. Now the glades are going dry. Oh, when last time I was in the swamp, oh, I stood upon a cypress stump. I listened close and I heard the voice of Osceola cry. And I said, blow, blow, Seminole wind, blow like you're never gonna blow again. I call to you like a long lost friend, and I know who you are. Oh, wind blow, blow across Okeechobee, all the way up to Micanopy. Blow across the land of the Seminoles, oh, the alligators and the gulls. So now way back in the days of old, men would search for wealth untold. They dig for silver and they dig for gold, and they leave the empty hole. Oh, now way down south in the Everglades, where the black water boils and the saltgrass sways, the eagle flies and the otters play in the land of the Seminole. Oh, and I said, blow, blow, Seminole wind, blow like you never gonna blow again. I call to you like a long lost friend, and I know who you are. Oh, I said, blow, blow across Okeechobee, all the way up to Micanopy. Blow across the land of the Seminoles, oh, the alligators and the gulls. And it was the Darling family.
You betcha.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, Charlene was always after Andy.
Yeah.
But actually, the Darling family was one of the first major bluegrass bands that people had exposure to, and they were called the Dillard Back Porch Bluegrass Band. And so it was Doug and Rodney. Doug was the banjo player. Rodney Dillard was the guitar player. And the guitar player, Rodney, wrote this song, and it's called There Is a Time. And I really like what this song says. There is a time for love and laughter. The days will pass like summer storms. Winter winds will follow after. But there is love, and love is warm. There is a time for us to wander. When time is young, oh, and so are we. Woods are greener over yonder. That path is new, that world is free. There is a time when them leaves are falling. The woods are gray, the paths are old. Snow will come when them geese are calling. We need a fire against cold. There is a time for us to wander. When time is young, oh, and so are we. Woods are greener over yonder. That path is new. The world is free. So do your roaming in the springtime. Find your love home with summer sun. The frost will come and bring the harvest, and we can sleep when day is done. Well, time is like a river flowing with no regrets as it moves on. Round each bend there's a shining morning, and all our friends we thought were gone. There is a time for us to wander when time is young, oh, and so we. The woods are greener over yonder. That path is new, the world is free. That path is new, oh, new, the world is free. Yeah, that path is new, the world is free. Status quo in a position like that is the best it can be. Because we're already done all the rest. Anyway, this is called the Roseville Fair. This is Bill Staines, another one of musicians we lost during the COVID crisis. Oh, I should do a John Prine song. Anybody ever heard of John Prine? I'll do a John Prine song for you also. And I might do one of mine. Was clear and the stars were shining and the moon came up so quiet in the sky, and the people gathered round and the band was a tuning. I can hear them now playing Coming Through the Ride. You were dressed in blue and you look so lovely, just a gentle flower of a small town girl. And you took my hand and we stepped to the music with a single smile. You became my woman. When we danced all night to the fiddle and the banjo, they drift into, oh, now will it fill the air? So long ago, oh, now you know I still remember, oh, I do, when I made you mine. Oh, yes, at the Roseville Fair. Now we courted well, and we courted dearly, and we'd rock for hours on that front porch chair. And a year's gone by since the day that I met you, and I made you mine at the Roseville Fair. When we danced all night to the fiddle and the banjo, they drift in tune. Oh, now will it fill the air? So long ago, oh, now you know I still remember. Yes, I do, when we fell in love. Oh, yes, at the Roseville Fair. Here's a tune for all of the lovers. And here's a song, you know, it's just a song that we all can share. May we dance all night to the fiddle and the banjo, the way we did, oh, now at the Roseville Fair. Just danced all night to the fiddle Roseville Fair. And we're still falling in love. Yes, at the Roseville Fair. Thank you. What's up, honey?
I've had enough.
Get him, Don!
Otters. Oh, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
You're the good-looking part of this.
Oh yeah, I'm the best looking of him.
Or whatever happened, you know, you always remember for roadkill. And so sometimes I would avoid doing roadkill, and this is no kidding. So now, fast forward, I'm at a Steely Dan concert. The guy's like, hey, I got some free tickets. Let's go to a state fair and go to Steely Dan. And I like Steely Dan. And the song you always hear, right, is Reeling in the Years. And it's a good tune. So I go to the Steely Dan concert, and I go through the whole concert. They don't do Reeling in the Years. Didn't do it. And so I thought, well, that sucks. And then I thought, and guess what? When you don't do roadkill, it's the same thing. That's how I learned. It's like people like certain songs, and so I'll do it. If anybody asks for it, I'll do it, and I'll get into it 100%. Because I am roadkill.
What did you do?
All right, so who's this young, what are these guys, twins? What's their names? Elijah and Isaiah. I got to incorporate them in the roadkill song. Isaiah, I can probably say Isaiah easier, but I don't want to leave out Elijah. Elijah is a wooden Indian. All right, here we go. Well, now we were heading out to Rendezvous. We had the truck packed up, just passing through this old stretch of woods where the trees grew tall and some critters run out, and we flattened them all. Yeah, we did. Come on. And it was black and white, and it was red all over. It's a squash flat possum, dog named Rover, and his granny's cat, and a duck named Bill. And one thing's for certain, folks, they're all roadkill. Come on, one more time, I want to hear. Well, it was a black and white, and it was red all over. It's a squash flat possum, dog named Rover, and his granny's cat, and a duck named Bill. And one thing's for certain, folks, they're all roadkill. That was excellent. When I said stop, and Isaiah pulled over, we backed up to check out old Rover, but he passed on to the other side. So we flipped him in the back and we gave him a ride. You know it now, come on in, was a black and white, and it was red all over. It's a squash flat possum, dog named Rover, and again his cat, and a duck named Bill. And one thing's for certain, folks, they're all roadkill. Well, now the camp was great, and we were all lazy, and then Elijah got a little bit crazy, and I gotta say one thing, so listen if you would. I don't think old Rover ever tasted so good. Yes, and it was black and white, and it was red all over, and it's squash flat possum, dog named Rover, and its granny's cat, a duck named Bill. And one thing's for certain, folks, they're all roadkill. Come on, one more time with no feeling. Help me out. It was a black and white, and it was red all over. It's a squash flat possum, dog named Rover, and his granny's cat, a duck named Bill. And one thing's for certain, folks, they're all, come on, they're all, I want to hear you all take a breath. All roadkill. Yeah, give yourselves a hand. Is she still okay with that?
She is.
Cool.
to be 22 next week?
20 next week. 22. Well, I named my daughter Sunshine, and she's still out wondering what was going on with that. But, all right, so I'll do the White Buffalo first. Well, they rode against the wind and their ponies were fast, and they came to hunt for the band. And out across the prairies they saw the great herds, and their bows were ready in their hands. Oh, their bows were ready in their hands. And they singled them out, and they circled around, and their weapons, they were ready for the kill. And that sacred white bull, well, he raised his mighty head, and them winds became still. Oh, the winds became still, and they rode on hard, and they rode on fast, and that lead bull was white as the snow. Oh, they saw him in the distance like a vision from a dream. He was a white buffalo. He was a great white buffalo.
Look around.
Hunter's arrows flew, finding their mark, but that sacred white bow was never hurt. And they sat in disbelief as he walked away, and their arrows, they were lying in the dirt. Oh, their arrows were lying in the dirt. And so the hunt ended there, upon the open plain where they had seen that sacred bow. And their voices rose in song, and they offered a prayer, and their lives, were rich and full. Oh, now our lives are rich and full, and they rode on hard, and they rode on fast, and that lead bow was white as the snow. Oh, they saw him in the distance like a vision from a dream. He was the white buffalo. Oh, he was a great white buffalo. Yeah, he was a sacred white buffalo. He was a great white buffalo. Well, she was young and good to look at. She was a daughter of a chief, and her quill work was the finest in the land. And the young man came to court her with their blankets and their flutes, and they brought her father horses for him. And their tribe was called the Cheyenne, and they lived upon the plains, and their lodges were made of buffalo. And she was such a beauty, oh, that no man could resist. But her heart, oh, it stayed cold as the snow. She was called a raven, and her hair was long and black. And she waited for her warrior who never did come back. Out on the trail, so long it seems, and the only time he came to her was that night in a dream. She could see that warrior riding, oh, the wind was in his hair, and she longed to be with him by his side. Oh, and his bow was raised and ready, oh, and his arrows, they were true, oh, and his pony, it was ready for the ride. Now her father grew impatient and said she must be wed and to lay all her memories to rest. But Raven could not bear, oh, just how her life would be. Oh, so late that night, well, she took off to the west. And she walked across the prairies for days with no end, and that warrior was with her every thought. Oh, when she knew down in her soul, well, that he was still alive. But that somewhere, well, he must have gotten caught. She was called a raven, and her hair was long and black, and she went to find her warrior who never did come back. Out on the tree, so long it seems, and the only time he came to her, it was that night in a dream. Well, now first she smelled the smoke, then Raven saw the camp. Oh, and she crept up just as quiet as a snake, and her heart soared like a hawk, 'cause there before her eyes was that warrior, and he was tied up on a stake. Well, now she knew she must be careful, or it would cost their lives, so she waited for the darkest part of night. When as that moon shone down, well, she just slipped into the camp, with a prayer on her lips now and a knife. And the warrior, he was failing, and he could not believe his eyes, as Raven stood there by his side. And when she cut his ropes, well, he just tumbled to the ground, and he was much too weak now, he could never ride. And the camp was in an uproar, and she said, "Grandfather, please, oh, won't you come now, oh, and hear my prayer." And she cried, "Oh, give me wings, yeah, so I may fly, oh, and carry my warrior through the air." Oh, when the night was torn apart, oh, and the sky was filled with fire, as Raven and the warrior flew away. And she took him to the land, oh, of legends and dreams, and the old men tell the story to this day. Oh, now she was called the Raven, and her hair was long and black, and she went to save that warrior who never did come back. Out on the trail, so long it seems, now they'll always be together in our legends and our dreams. Oh yes, oh in our legends, oh yes, and in our dreams.